Hey, what's up everyone? Felix from We Found Our Way. Today we're going to do a review of our third long-term RV park, which was Cactus Country RV Resort in Tucson, Arizona. Normally I do these reviews along with Cindy, but her work schedule has not been working out right now, so you guys are stuck with me. So let's get to it.
1, 2.
Cactus Country RV Resort is located at 10195 Houghton Road in Tucson, Arizona. It's less than a quarter mile off of I-10, which is pretty much the main interstate that anybody's going to take coming into Tucson. It is, in my opinion, the definition of an RV resort. The staff is diligent and friendly. The groundskeepers, the people that maintain the park, I have yet to see any group of groundskeepers that were more diligent. They were everywhere and on top of everything. The office staff was friendly and welcoming, and this is a park that stands by their rules. Just as an example, I happened to be out. The quiet hours are from 10 at night till 8 in the morning. I happened to be outside my rig having a cigarette, and the manager of the park was going by on her golf cart a little ways away on the road, and I waved and said, "Good morning," fairly loudly. She waved back, didn't say anything, and drove over to me and said, "Please, let's be a little quiet. We got another 10 minutes or so before quiet time's up. But good morning." And that was refreshing. Not even in Sunny Acres, our previous RV park, which we gave a very good review to. You can see that here, up there somewhere. Have I seen rules that were laid out and stuck to so well? And that is not a bad thing. The sites are large and very level. I actually didn't have to do any additional leveling to my rig. The roads that go into the park and run through the park are wide, well paved, and maintained. And now I said it was very, very close to I-10. And I'm telling you, it's less than a quarter of a mile. But you won't hear a thing from I-10. It's the way it's set up. There's a half mile road that comes from Houghton Road and drives all the way back to the entrance to the park. Then you go in the park, and if you're in one of the, I guess, their long-term sites, you're ultimately probably a mile from I-10 being in the park. But you don't feel like it because, like I said, as soon as you go out of the entrance of the park or the exit, you're less than a quarter mile to the entrance to I-10. The pool area is just gorgeous. And again, well maintained. I think I'm going to be saying that a lot through this video. Everything here was well maintained. It was clean. The pool area was clean. It was really nicely set up, and we took advantage of it quite a few times. The dog park is huge. It is hands down the biggest dog park I have ever seen. And I'm talking anywhere, not just in RV parks. It's probably bigger than any 2 dog parks combined that I've seen before. Apparently, it used to be a horse corral that has been converted into a dog park. Now, for me and for us, for our dog, that was a bit of overkill. I could lose my dog in there. Bucky is little. He's only a little 9-pound Chihuahua. But wide open for, any bigger dog to run around, run free. They even had all of the cactus removed from the park so that none of the dogs would be getting cactus needles in them. Very thoughtful. Just being there, you felt like you were in nature, in the park. The park is surrounded by hundreds and hundreds of acres of just open desert. It's beautiful. The cactus, the wildlife. We actually had a javelina. I'll show you a picture of one. That got into the dog park. Somebody had left the gate open. And it was kind of roaming around in there. You couldn't bring your dog in there while it was in there, because javelinas can really put a hurting on you. But there were also cattle that roamed free in the desert surrounding the park. So we would often see cows and bulls just kind of roaming through the park. You had a feeling like you were in nature when you were there. There were hiking trails right off the park. You just went for where our spot was, it was maybe a 50-yard walk. There was a gate in the fence, and we went there, and the trail was right there. And it took you nice out into the desert. It was the park is very close to Saguaro National Park, which in our opening, the part of the opening where you see the truck driving down the road, that's Saguaro National Park. As a matter of fact, that sunset that's in the beginning of our opening, that was also shot here at Cactus Country. The rec room is beautiful and well equipped. It's got a pool table, it's got ping pong tables, it's got a full kitchen, and bulletin boards, for notifications and such. A big screen TV, projection TV. It really nicely set up. Their workout room was beautiful. It was very well set up. As a matter of fact, they were redoing it when we got there. Unfortunately, due to COVID, we weren't allowed to go in there because the governor of Arizona had closed all the gyms. So they followed his orders. But I could see in from the big windows, and it was very nice, very well equipped, and well maintained. if you were going to find a place, if you were looking for a place that has no bad weather, Tucson would probably be your destination of choice. The only thing was, we were there, and it was never intended for us to be there. COVID-19 concerns drove us to going to Tucson. We certainly never intended to be there in May, June, July, and August. So the temperatures were broiling. We were looking at 110, 115 degree days, and that's just normal. I mean, and you know, they told us, the manager told me several times that this was their off season, essentially, and it was just, it was tough to be outside. The laundry rooms are clean, well equipped. I cannot think of one time where we had a machine that didn't work, or where the place was anything less than immaculate. The bathrooms and the shower room, perfect. Absolutely perfect. If I had to come up with a con for Cactus Country, it would be the dog park. It was too big. And there was a section of the dog park at the rear where there were stones piled up. And we were told that occasionally rattlesnakes like to inhabit that. So I had to be diligent in keeping Bucky away from those stones when we were in there. But outside of that, I cannot, for the life of me, come up with a downside or any con to Cactus Country RV Resort. So that in mind, we give Cactus Country RV Resort 5 travel trailers. And we highly, highly recommend this resort. It is, in our opinion, the best place we've stayed to date. If you all would be kind enough to hit that subscribe button, we would really appreciate it. Hit the bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever we post content. And we offer RVing and travel nursing related content once a week, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you very much for watching. Please like this video, and safe travels, everyone.